Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Appreciate the time that you would take to do that. I know time is precious. It is our most precious resource. So the fact that you've given me any amount of time means a lot. So I just want to say thank you. Also want to let you know, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Send me a message on Instagram or TikTok. My handle's in the description of the video, at Live to Learn Coaching. And if you want to take your support even further, this is something that's optional. You don't have to do this. But if you'd like to, you can invest in my channel. You'll find 3 ways to donate in the description of the video, just like all the other videos that I've made. And so if that's something you want to do, you can. If not, no big deal. But thank you to those of you who have extended your support by way of a financial donation. That means a lot. So thank you so much. And thank you for anyone who's just watched my videos, shared them, commented, sent me a message, giving me feedback, giving me constructive criticism. Those are things that I value. So thank you so much. I have not arrived by any means. There's a lot of work to do. But I can also acknowledge that I have put in some work up to this point. I've been consistent. So I can pat myself on the back a little bit. That's no problem. Don't ever forget to stop and acknowledge your accomplishments. That is definitely something that we should do. However, don't stay there, because there's much more that we can accomplish if we're willing to pursue that, if we're willing to be consistent, if we're willing to put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort. So keep that in mind. But anyway, today I want to talk about something that I guess it piggybacks off of what I spoke on last month. If you were with me last month, I talked about men's mental health. That was the topic. June is known now as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I wanted to basically make that the subject, the focal point of my videos for that month. And so this kind of piggybacks off of that, because it comes from something that I saw the other day. Now, this was something that it stirred in my mind, and I'll share with you guys in just a moment what this is. But there's a lot of us walking around, a lot of people, a lot of men, women, or whatever gender you identify as. There are a lot of humans, there are a lot of us walking around, and we've got a lot of things on our plate. We've got a lot of things on our mind. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got challenges. We're going through different seasons in life. There's something that I've seen on social media. You've probably seen the same thing. It's a post that people share, like, hey, be kind to others, right? Be kind to people, because you never know what other people are going through. You never know what someone else is dealing with. And I like that rule. Is everybody going to live by it? Of course not. This is life. It's reality. It's harsh. It's cruel. It's unfair. So no, not everyone will. But I like that messaging. And myself, being someone who's very, I'm an empath, I guess you would call me. And I don't know if that just completely encapsulates me as a person. I don't know if that's all that I am. But I definitely am able to empathize with others. I've always been this way. Growing up, I didn't really understand it, especially as a boy, especially as a young boy. It's not really something that, the guys are not bragging about being empaths, right? But that wasn't what tough guys said, right? And of course, we wanted to be tough guys. We wanted to be looked at as, hey, that dude's cool. That dude's hard. That dude's, he's a real one, right? Or however they say it nowadays, right? That's just how it was. But I was always me. And it's funny, because my oldest son, he and I, we share a lot of that in common. And so I'm able now to coach him when I get a chance. Obviously, he's my son, so it's going to be a different dynamic than it would be for me coaching someone. But I get to kind of talk with him like, listen, this is not a blessing and a curse. This is all a blessing. To be sensitive to others, to be empathetic, to be able to empathize with others. It's all a blessing. It is, however, a strength. And anytime you have a strength as a human being, you're going to have a weakness. That's just the way it works. We all have a perspective. We all have a point of view, and we all have blind spots. It's just how it goes. It's the balance of things. And so for me, it's more important for me to help my son navigate through the weaknesses, through the things that come with the territory of being this type of an individual, having this type of heart, having this type of care for other people. Because I don't care what type of person you are, we all deserve respect, and we all deserve dignity, and we all deserve to be treated as human beings. So however, we got to figure that out, right? But anyway, going back to what I'm getting to here in this video is, it has a lot to do with this. It has a lot to do with me and the type of person that I am, the things that I notice. And so the other day I was taking my car to the car wash. We have a little drive-through car wash not too far from here. And I have like a routine now, right? Just because, I don't know, it's just my little routine, right? There's a gas station right at the corner, so I fill up the tank and then drive to the car wash and then come home. Well, I was, doing my routine, and I noticed a lady. Now, if you're from Southern California, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about street vendors, when I talk about people selling tamales. You got people selling, raspados or, snow cones, corn on the cob, right? Elotes, that's what we call them, like taco trucks, right? We're famous for that. We've got a lot of little, vendors, people will be selling oranges, bags of oranges, cherries, peanuts, right? You name it, flowers. We see this. This is a common occurrence. And most of these people are immigrants from other countries. Most of them being from Latin America, from Mexico, which is our closest neighbor. And so I see this woman. It's, again, not uncommon. But what really caught my eye was the little boy that was with her. I got to tell you, it was hot. It was hot. And she's walking around. She's got this cart. Yeah, she had a little umbrella, giving her some shade, but it was hot. I mean, I don't do well in heat. I sweat easily. So I've got the AC turned up full blast. I'm waiting, and I'm watching. I'm watching this woman, and I'm watching this little boy who couldn't be much older than my youngest son. And it's tugging at my heartstrings. It's breaking me down. It's causing me to go through all types of emotion. I'm thinking to myself, I'm beating myself up. No, I'm serious. It's funny, right? It's not funny, but it's funny. I'm beating myself up. Like, how could I ever complain about anything in this world when I just seen this? I thought about what are we sharing in common as human beings, right? What is the togetherness? What brings us together? And I thought about how lonely must it feel to be in that position. I also thought about I'm over here feeling sorry for this person. I'm over here feeling like, man, this is messed up. And by the way, because I know some of you are thinking this, I didn't have any cash on me. Otherwise, for sure I would have stopped. I would have got something. Absolutely. I wish I would have had it. But anyway, I'm looking, right? But I also started to think, well, maybe I'm over here feeling bad. She might be breathing a sigh of relief. Because if she's willing to do that here, how bad was it where she came from? But I couldn't stop thinking about that little boy. I started thinking, like, there's people in this world that they are in their own situation. They are lonely. Now let me tell you something about loneliness. This is why we use that phrase, the devil is in the details. Let me explain something about loneliness. It is subjective. It's subjective. I don't know what that woman was going through. I don't know her situation completely. I'm watching from here. She's doing something that's not easy. Nobody's rushing to apply to do that type of work. Let me tell you that. And she's got this little boy with her, and you know, kids, man, they can't stand still too long. It's hot, and it had a major effect on me. But loneliness is subjective, and let me explain. It's subjective. It's a feeling of distress, and here's where the D word comes in, right? Devil, distress or discomfort. Now, I found those two words being a part of this. It's fascinating, right? Loneliness is a subjective feeling of distress or discomfort that can occur regardless of whether someone is alone or in the company of others. Now let's look at those two words, distress. It means extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. The other word, discomfort, it means slight pain. So loneliness can be this overwhelming feeling. It can also be this nagging sense that something hurts. And all of us have experienced or are experiencing something to that degree. And I take all of what I'm talking about right now and I bring it back to why it is that you're even looking at me on the screen right now. Why it is that I've chosen to pursue this path as a life coach, as someone who wants to provide counsel, who wants to provide assistance, who wants to walk alongside the lonely. I'm a card-carrying member of that community. Not always, but I have been. And who knows how often we'll experience the loneliness. Who knows? Anyway, I hope this has helped. And if it has, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Show me that you appreciate what I'm putting out. Send me a direct message on Instagram or TikTok. Get a hold of me if you need me. I hope you'll take me up on that offer. I know that loneliness is subjective. We don't know what a lonely person looks like. We can imagine, but they don't all look the same. No two situations are the same. And the next time you see a street vendor out there, next time you see someone, show them some love. Buy something. Buy a bag of oranges. Buy some cherries. Buy a snow cone. Make someone's day. Like it says, right? Be kind, because you never know what someone else is going through. Thank you for watching.